So this is just a video on essential tools, not just for irrigation service techs, but also installers and anyone even working on SARD crew. It's really important that you have these tools readily available so that you can actually work on the system and get it done a lot faster. So I'm going to start over here on the right. This is what I would say is the most fundamental tools that everybody should have on their truck. An orange adjuster key, which is for your MP rotators. This will adjust the radius and then also the arc, so you can adjust the screw so you can reduce the throw down by about 25%. Next, you have your PGP adjustable tool. This is a brass one. You can actually get these off of the Hunter HQ by earning points by answering questions, and then you order a key. But all of the PGP boxes, they actually come with a white key, which is identical to this, except this is brass and the white ones are plastic. Next one is a decent pair of cutters, and then you can also get a box of blades so that you can easily change out the blades whenever they go dull. Next one, and especially for landscape crews, I would highly recommend you have this Rainbird tool. You can get these from Lowe's, and what this is if you turn up to a yard and you turn on the system and sprinkler heads have got clogged nozzles, you leave the system running, you go over to that sprinkler head and you clamp the head using this. You then go back to the controller, turn it off, then go back out to the head, unthread the nozzle, go back to the controller, turn it back on, and all of that junk that was inside that head is then going to blow out. Turn it off, put your brand new nozzle on, and you're ready to rock and roll. Next one is a pair of wire cutters. Really important you have these. These are probably a bit more advanced. I wouldn't expect SARD crews to have this, but definitely irrigation crews, you need to be having wire cutters. Pair of pliers to adjust nozzles. Really important you have this. Multimeter. I'm going to make another video. I'm going to show you guys how to use this. This is a bit more advanced, but this is what separates you from being a professional irrigator to being somebody who just guesses. So really important, you've got one of these. It doesn't have to be an expensive one. I mean, if you're working with 2-wire, then yes, you're going to ideally want one with the clamp on the top so you don't actually have to touch the wires. But if you're just working with traditional irrigation, this multimeter, which I got from Ewing, and it cost $25, this is all you need. Learn how to test the ohms, learn how to test the voltage, and you're going to go a long way. Next one is stub wrenches. You've got your 3/4 inch, and then you've got your 1/2 inch. If you have a broken riser, you go to take it off and then it breaks even further, so it's stuck inside the PVC fitting. You can put this guy inside the riser, turn it to the left, and then it's going to be an easy out, so it's going to pull that riser out for you. Next one is a decent screwdriver. This is actually a multi-purpose screwdriver, so this end all pops out. So you've got your Phillips head at the top, and then underneath down here you've got a flathead, a shovel, a little shovel for hand digging, and then down here is what I would say is our more advanced tools. This is a string saw. This is really useful if you have 2 pipes that are right next to one another. One of them you need to cut, and you can't cut it with either your cutters or a hacksaw or anything. With this, you can actually cut the pipe just by rubbing back and forth, and it cuts straight through. It's really, really handy. I get these from a plumbing supply house. Ewing used to have them, but the one they had, I believe it had a blue handle. They just kept breaking on me, so I stopped buying those. Multiple pressure gauges. So this one actually screws straight into the sprinkler head and tells you the pressure at the head. Then you've got these two. This is for your faucet. So this you can connect straight into a water faucet outside the house and test the pressure. And then another pressure gauge, which this one is more for like a backflow prevention device. You can screw it into one of the test ports. But there's a whole bunch of different pressure gauges that you can get, but they are very useful to have so you can actually see how much pressure is going to the sprinkler system or to the house. And then finally, my most used tool is a hacksaw. Currently it has a wood blade in it, but you've also got PVC blades. I use this for anything larger than 1 inch. If there's anything schedule 40, I'm going to use this. And if it's really cold outside and I try and use my cutters, if I try and use these when it's really cold, the pipe is just going to like crack and splinter. So I'm better off just using a hacksaw. So these are the tools that I would highly recommend you have. These ones on the right hand side is a definite must have. This stuff on the left hand side is a bit more advanced.